and welcome to the Coby Show. I'm Coby and I'm really excited to start this channel, and today is going to be my very first reaction. So I took a poll and you guys answered that 2001 A Space Odyssey would be your choice for the very first watch, reaction, and upload that I can bring you here on the Coby Show channel, and so I'm really excited about it. I have seen this poster forever, heard about this movie forever. I know it's set in space, it's in the title, and that's all I have. It's another one of those ones where like I'm kind of ashamed that I haven't seen it, but after today I no longer have to be. So I hope you enjoy watching it with me, and for the full watch along, head over to my Patreon, which is the same, it's Coby Connell, and with that, let's get into 2001 A Space Odyssey. The suspense already. It's tougher when I feel like it's meant to be a great film. You know, if I think that it's okay or my expectations are sort of lower, then I'm always pleasantly surprised. But when it's something so famous like this, I get nervous because I'm like, I hope I like it. I hope I understand it. I think it's good. But I'll let you know, honestly, either way. Is it meant to just be black? I know my TV works, so I hope I'm not meant to be seeing anything right now. I think it's just build up. I'm gonna trust the filmmaking. It's a bold choice. Like, we're just doing black screen for, feels like 5 minutes. It's probably been 1. I like the music. I like the score. It's eerie and spacey sounding, and so far we're doing good. Can't see anything. It's like this for 3 hours and everyone's like, you didn't understand it. Ah, okay. It's just a strong, powerful, moody intro. Oh! I know this music! Yes! This is super famous, even without having seen the film. And they use it for all sorts of stuff. I mean, they even used it to to open Barbie, like the start of Barbie. The opening scene was this. And this is what, mid-60s? Great piece of music. Oh, that's right. Barbie copied all of this as an homage and a sort of tribute to the opening of this film. Okay, so I've never seen this, but I knew that that was a thing. I thought it was just the music, but now seeing this, they took the whole beginning. This feels like Planet of the Apes, the old one, the first one I watched, the Charlton Heston one. I like human legs. Oh, now it really looks like Planet of the Apes. That was wild because the apes look like, you know, costume suits, and then the The cat just looked so real. That effect that worked. I don't know what. They're still good suits, though. They're still good costumes. And this is, 50 years ago. More. What is happening? I thought it was all one group, but is it two? Well, that was two, and they were coming in. Okay, territorial. Thought they were just one big family. Nope. Is it the eyes on the cheetah? What is it? Is it a cheetah or is it a leopard? It's a leopard. I very much feel like I'm watching Planet of the Apes so far. And I knew I didn't know any of the actors in this movie. Is it because there aren't any? There actually aren't any humans? As in humans playing humans. You know what I mean? I think the makeup and the costumes are great. For then, I think they're better than the Planet of the Apes apes. Is this now when we get spacey? What is that? Is that one watching on the side or is that just rock? I don't know. I mean, it's cool. It's fun to be confused and enthralled at the same time. It was gone? Or was it somewhere else? Wasn't it right there in the middle? It was a different area. It was here. It did not disappear. The music's so good. Like, is this destruction new? They did a lot of that for the Barbie thing, but instead of the big sculpture statue, like monolith thing, it was the Barbie doll comes down. But I didn't realize it copied so much. And the music, I think. God, that fly sound is just horrible. They're all eating because he figured out that he could smash up stuff. Although, this is mid to late 60s. What is it? 66, 67, 68, somewhere around there. Planet of the Apes, the first one was 68, I think. So they came out at the same time. So much ape content. Why? They're all in the same group. group now? That wasn't the, or was it the other group? Is that what's happening? They're fighting that other group that's nearby? No. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Sorry, every time I see so many, I think it's all the same group. I forget that there's this, like... But before, they just screamed and yelled. Now he knows how to hit. They're like beating each other. Hey! Yeah, before they just, you know, used their bodies and screamed and yelled and made noise. And then he figured out, like, weapon evolution. I don't know what him figuring that out had to do with the stick. See, this all predates Star Wars by a decade. And so far, I know I haven't seen much, but I think it looks awesome. And it looks like clean and crisp, and I think it looks great. This is famous music. This is like Mozart or Beethoven or somebody, you know. I'm not too au fait with all the classical pieces, but I'm sure I've heard. I know this. This is something. Pan American. Yeah, it's I'll never get the name of it, but oh, what? So it's like a nice plane, but it's a spaceship? See, that is kind of cool. I'm not one of those people that's like on a list already to go to Mars, but this looks cool. Huh. Pan Am grip shoes. It's still Pan Am. The leader in aviation. I like the zero gravity. You'd be wanting to wear your seatbelt for sure. So were the opening scenes meant to be like way back, you know, like before man and everything? And then is this meant to be 2001? And that's why it's called that? And because they made it, you know, what, 56 years ago? They think this is what 2001 is gonna look like, and we're all just cruising into space? Or will they tell me to clarify? Or is that the whole point? This is 2001, but from somebody's mind in the 60s. Oh, now it's looking very Star Warsy. I think it looks fantastic. Maybe it's like being a bit reminiscent of my, like, you know, OG Star Wars trilogy. So I'm like, the familiarity. I'm only, 15 minutes in, and this film feels like an artwork, you know? The music, the cinematography, the long, I mean, it's the beauty already, you know? And I guess at the time, people wouldn't have seen anything like it. Like I said, we're talking 10 years out from Star Wars, which was game-changing. So people seeing this in the, you know, 60s and 70s, it probably was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. future projections from the past when they think this is what it will be like.
Right, sir. Main level, please.
The pink beret.
Your destination, your nationality, and your full name. Surname first, Christian name, and initial.
Moon, American, Floyd, Haywood R.
Thank you. You are cleared through voice print identification.
Thank you.
I love this. You know what's great though is that it's because
Time for breakfast.
Oh, I think we can manage that.
I can make a couple of phone calls. You go on ahead in the restaurant. I'll meet you there.
Right.
Where's Mommy?
Gone to shopping.
Who's taking care of you?
Rachel.
May I speak to Rachel, please?
Gone to the bathroom. My party tomorrow.
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I can't.
Why not?
Daddy's traveling. Sorry about it, but I just can't. I'm going to send you a very nice present, though.
Alright. I telephoned.
You got lots of telephones already. Something very special?
Yes.
What?
A bush baby.
A what?
Well, we'll have to see about that.
It's a bush baby.
And I'll try to telephone again tomorrow. Will you tell her that?
Yes.
Okay, sweetheart. Now have a nice birthday tomorrow. Have a nice birthday party tomorrow, too, huh?
Alright.
She's cute.
Alright. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy birthday.
Dr. Kalinin,
How do you do?
Dr. Sretnever, and this is Dr. Andrei Smyslov.
Oh, how do you do? I've heard a lot about you.
Of course, the Russian characters, right? Because it was like the space race was against Russia primarily.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll just sit with you a few minutes, and then I must be off.
Are you quite sure?
Quite sure, thank
We're going home. We've just spent 3 months calibrating the new antenna, Chelenka. What about you?
you. I'm just on my way up to Clavius.
Oh,
That's what they call the moon? He said he was going to the moon. Clavius?
Perhaps you can clear up the great big mystery about what has been going on up there.
I'm afraid I don't know what you mean.
Well, it's just that for the past 2 weeks, some extremely odd things have been happening at Clavius.
Oh, really?
Yes, oh, yes, yes.
Are they having some trouble with their equipment or something like that?
Yes, it's been going on now for the past 10 days.
You haven't been able to contact anyone for the past 10 days?
This guy's creepy on his own.
Did the crew get back all right?
Yes, yes, fortunately they did.
Oh, I'm glad about that.
Dr. Floyd, at the risk of pressing you on a point you seem reticent to discuss, may I ask you a straightforward question?
Well, certainly.
I don't even think he seems that reticent. I think he doesn't know.
Very reliable intelligence reports that quite a serious epidemic has broken out at Clavius. Something apparently of an unknown origin. This is in fact what has happened.
Maybe he does know. Oh, he does know stuff.
Hi, Dr. Smith. Oh,
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
I'm really not at liberty to discuss this.
Okay, he does know.
But this epidemic could quite easily spread to our base. We should be given all the facts.
As I said, I'm not at liberty to discuss it.
I thought he didn't know.
well, I hope that you and your wife can come to the IAC conference in June.
Well, we're going to try. I hope we can make it.
You remember to bring that darling little daughter with you.
Don't forget, you got a standing invitation if you ever get to the States.
No, of course not. Grigori and I will look forward to seeing you.
Well, goodbye, Elena.
Viene mucho intruda.
I don't speak Russian. What I was going to say, though, is I love how all of the decor, right? Like all the art direction for all of the sets and everything are super 60s still. So even though it's meant to be so far in the future and it's meant to be, 2001 and there's all the space travel and whatever, it still just looks super 60s version of like a little bit modern. But no, like, real big change. Just slicker. And things like this look futuristic. But the style itself just can't... It can't escape being, like, uber 60s. So he's going to the moon, but they called it Clavius. Clavius? I guess that's the name of the base or whatever they have there. The walking in the group shoes is great. Oh, and the hair is probably all up in that kind of thing because otherwise your hair would all fly up effectively. Like the girl's hair. Some... beautiful. This might become my new, after I've seen it, might become my new put it on to go to sleep movie. It's got a real peaceful, so far. Oh, that's it. They're just little straws. I thought, hey! I thought they were going to open it and have little things, but it's literally just a liquid flavor of those pictures of peas, carrots. Here we are. It's the moon, Gromit. Wow. That's right. Don't, like, the people that don't think the moon landing happens, isn't that part of the theory, the conspiracy theory that Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing? If it was fake? Or is that something I've heard somewhere? You know how some people don't think it happened? And I think that they say he directed it. Because so far this looks great. Oh, we got quite the setup on the moon. See? So how come we've never been back? Just saying. The combination of the classical music mixed with the physicality of zero gravity, right? So like the people's movement is like this, the spaceships movement themselves is like everything's very like slow and graceful and gradual. It's just like, that's one hell of a synergy they got going on. I wish I could remember the name of this piece. Is it Fleur de Lis? Is this Fleur de Lis? I don't know. Very cool. Look, they bring the whole thing inside. Oh, and here's the little people down here on the, like, observation decks on the side. I didn't even notice that. Oh, look how many! Oh, wow. This looks so good. The fact that it is 10 years before Star Wars is tripping me out. Looks so good. Plus, I love the stylized way that they've done it. I know I said it's still very 60s, but it's got this, like, lots of negative space. I like it.
Welcoming our distinguished friend and colleague from the National Council of Astronautics, Dr. Heywood Floyd. Hi, everybody.
Nice to be back with you. Congratulations on your discovery. It may well prove to be among the most significant in the history of science.
Okay.
I know there have been some conflicting views held by some of you regarding the need for complete security in this matter.
And that's why they're not answering the phones. They're busy.
Opposition to the cover story, created to give the impression there's an epidemic at the base.
Ah, you knew all about it! More than anyone.
Many of you are troubled by the concern and anxiety this story of an epidemic might cause to your relatives, friends on Earth. Completely sympathize with your negative views. I found this cover story personally embarrassing myself. You're all aware of the extremely grave potential for cultural shock and social disorientation contained in this present situation. Any of you who'd like to give me your views and opinions, in private if you like, I'd be only too happy to include them in my report.
I don't know this guy, but he's got a very familiar likability.
Dr. Floyd, have you any idea how much longer this cover story will have to be maintained?
I don't know, Bill. I suppose it'll be maintained as long as deemed necessary by the Council. As some of you already know, the Council has requested that formal security oaths be obtained in writing from everyone who has any knowledge of this event.
What's the event?
I'm sure we'll all want to cooperate with Dr. Floyd, and I think we ought to get on with the briefing. Thank you, Dr. Floyd.
Thank you.
I want the briefing. find it super relaxing. Like, I want to know what's going on, but the score and the music is really like zenning me out in a nice way. Yeah. The silver spacesuit. I know there's an orange spacesuit. I've seen the poster where it's just the sky and the spaceship, and then I've seen another poster where it's the orange suit. That's all they're the images that I relate to this.
Was that chicken?
Something like that. Tastes the same anyway.
Hey, at least it's kind of like
Good.
sandwich-ish rather than
They're
a
pretty
little
good.
straw.
Oh, they're getting better at it all the time.
Yeah, see? It's like Firefest.
Here's what started the whole thing.
When we first found it, we thought it might be an outcrop of magnetic rock. All the geological evidence was against it.
I don't know what we're looking at.
Evidence seems pretty conclusive that it hasn't been covered up by natural erosion or other forces. It seems to have been deliberately buried.
Deliberately buried.
How about a little coffee?
Oh, great.
Good idea.
This does make space look fun.
Do you have any idea what the damn thing is, huh?
Wish the hell we did. No, the only thing we're sure of is it was buried 4 million years ago.
How do they know that?
You guys have certainly come up with something.
It sounds hot.
Wait, I wanted to see that coffee pour out because why wouldn't that just go up? Oh, I guess maybe they wanted a non-gravity thing. I don't know. Aren't they always? Or once they were, oh no, because once they were on the moon. No, but the moon doesn't have the same gravity as Earth, so they should have, that coffee still should have been like, stop talking about things I don't understand. Was there anything spacey before this? Like other films? Or was this sort of like, is this why this is held as such a... Oh! Oh, it's the same kind of thing. That's cool. Is it much smaller? I thought like the one with the apes was huge. Or are we just really far away from it and when they get down there it's going to be huge as well? This looks incredible. I'm so impressed. I don't have like a good perspective because I don't know how far away they are. I want them to go right up to it. Surely it's got to be bigger than it looks from here. Like the apes, they all just rush in and do the same thing. Okay. It's not that big. It's probably the same as the one from the opening, but maybe the apes, because they're like hunched lower to the ground, but it just looked huge the first time. Now it looks like half the height. Let's get a picture, guys. Shot to when it was the sun on Earth. Okay. All right, so we jump to part 3. I think it's very cool though that it's almost like whatever is putting it there has just been everywhere before us. What if it's like a, like an alien thing of like, yeah, we went here, it's garbage, don't worry about it, just like move on, went to the moon, yeah, nothing. But that, they were there. It was there on Earth before man, but not before apes. And now it's here. But what is it? Is it just a chunk of metal? This is very Star Wars looking. So George Lucas and Spielberg, I guess, must be obsessed with this movie, especially George Lucas. Because this is it. Look at it. That's the Death Star. The round, like, stuff I would not have known a year ago. So are we just ignoring this? I keep calling it a statue. What do you call it? A monolith. Are we just ignoring the monolith from the moon? And then, was the monolith from Earth, was that ever found by man? Do we get that? But for now, we're just moving on, and now we're going to Jupiter. What, to see if there's one there? To see how many places they beat us to, whoever they are. That's cool, running through the giant hamster wheel, though. What are those, like, coffin-y things? The whole, like, forced perspective for gravity is very cool and mind-bendy in this, but it just looks, I mean, it looks incredible. And I was nervous because I had high expectations and I thought, old movie. But, oof. That looks weird. I'm going to pretend it's salmon, avocado, cheese, and then chocolate cake. That's what I would want.
Good evening.
Not together, though.
American spacecraft Discovery 1 left on its half-billion-mile voyage to Jupiter. This marks the first manned attempt to reach this distant planet. It took 7 minutes for our words to reach the giant spacecraft. This time delay has been edited from this recording.
The crew of Discovery 1 consists of 5 men and one of the latest generation of the HAL 9000 computers. 3 of the 5 men were put aboard asleep, or to be more precise, in a state of hibernation.
Oh, that's what he was running by.
Dr. Jack Kimball and Dr. Victor Kaminsky. We spoke with Mission Commander Dr. David Bowman and his deputy, Dr. Frank Poole.
Oh, none are our guy.
This is the first time that men have been put into hibernation before departure. What's it like while you're in hibernation?
Well, it's exactly like being asleep. You have absolutely no sense of time. Only difference is that you don't dream.
How do you know?
You only breathe once a minute. Is this true?
Heart beats 3 times a minute. Body temperature is usually down to about 3 degrees centigrade.
Heart beats 3 times a minute and you breathe once a minute.
Well, here was the latest result in machine intelligence, the HAL 9000 computer, which can reproduce, though some experts still prefer to use the word mimic, most of the activities of the human brain. We next spoke with the HAL 9000 computer, whom we learned one addresses as Hal.
Good afternoon, Mr. Amer. Everything is going extremely well.
Hal, you have an enormous responsibility.
Ooh.
Your responsibilities include watching over the men in hibernation. Does this ever cause you any lack of confidence?
The 9000 series is the most reliable computer ever made. No 9000 computer has ever made a mistake or distorted information. We are all, by any practical definition of the words,
perfect.
What's it like living for the better part of a year in such close proximity with Hal?
It's just like a 6th member of the crew. Very quickly get adjusted to the idea that he talks, and you think of him really just as another person.
Talking to the computer, one gets the sense that he is capable of emotional responses. When I asked him about his abilities, I sensed a certain pride. Do you believe that Hal has genuine emotions?
No.
Well, he acts like he has genuine emotions, but as to whether or not he has real feelings is something I don't think anyone can truthfully answer.
He talks creepy, though. Like, at first I was like, oh, it's like Knight Rider. You know, Knight Rider in spaceship form. But he has, like, a weird kind of cadence, you know? Which is eerie. But it's just, I guess, to be human-esque and robot-esque as well.
Excuse me, Frank.
No, it's creepy.
What is it, Hal?
We've got the transmission from your parents coming in.
It's the breathiness that's like...
Would you put it on here, please? Take me in a bit.
Certainly.
Certainly. Certainly. It's like that. It's, yeah, I think it's meant to be kind of creepy.
Birthday,
Happy
darling.
birthday. Many happy returns of the day.
Glad to hear you and Baby well.
Yeah, Mother and I are both feeling wonderful, too. Ray and Sally were going to be here, too, but at the last minute, Ray's back went bad on them again.
How do you like your cake, dear?
Looks great, doesn't it? Sorry you can't join us.
All my students made me promise to send their best wishes, too. You know, they talk about you all the time in the classroom. Frank, you're a big celebrity in the second grade.
I talked to the accounting office in Houston. They said that you should be receiving your higher rates of pay by next month. Say
Oh,
now.
give our love today.
Oh, yes.
I love...
We wish you the very happiest of birthdays. Happy birthday to you.
My parents sing to me every year. The first phone call today. Them singing.
See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Thank you, Hal. Bit flatter, please.
I love how in the 60s when they made this, they thought this is how fast communication could be. Like the interview is 7-minute delay and things like that. That would be incredible.
Anyway, queen takes pawn.
Bishop takes knight's pawn.
The voice.
Rook to king 1.
I think you missed it. Queen to bishop 3. Bishop takes queen. Knight takes bishop. Mate.
Yeah, looks like you're right.
Huh.
I resign.
Thank you for a very enjoyable game.
Yeah, thank you.
I guess they're used to the voice, but I think from other films, I'm just conditioned to take that kind of tone as creepy. So it may not be a thing that turns bad. I just, every time he says something, it's just got like, gives me a little chill. I do love these sets so much.
Good evening, Dave.
How you doing, Hal?
Everything's running smoothly, and you?
Don't like it.
A few sketches.
May I see them? That's a very nice rendering, Dave. I think you've improved a great deal.
They're all just the other guy in his golfing hibernation
That's Dr.
thing.
Hunter, isn't it? Do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
No, not at all.
Well, forgive me for being so inquisitive. I've wondered whether you might be having some second thoughts about the mission.
How do you mean?
It's rather difficult to define. Perhaps I'm just projecting my own concern about it.
See?
That there are some extremely odd things about this mission.
But that's too
I'm sure you'll agree there's some truth in what I say.
personal. Like of a computer to have thought.
You don't mind talking about it, do you, Dave?
Oh, not at all.
Or is it just prying for information from him?
Certainly no one could have been unaware of the very strange stories floating around before we left. The way all our preparations were kept under such tight security, and the melodramatic touch of putting Doctors Hunter, Kimball, and Kaminsky aboard, already in hibernation after 4 months of separate training on their own.
Separate training on their own, that's weird.
Sorry about this. I know it's a bit silly. Just a moment.
Oh.
I've just picked up a fault in the AE-35 unit. It's going to go 100% failure within 72 hours.
Did you say we have a reliable 72 hours to failure?
Yes.
Then I suppose we'll have to bring it in, but first I'd like to go over this with Frank and get on to mission control.
Oh, maybe I prematurely judged the machine and he is helpful and just has a creepy voice. But he is, yeah. Yeah, he's just got like independent human thought of his own, being like nervous about a mission when he's just the computer. So maybe he is, becoming, like all the movies where like the AI become humanized and he's actually helpful and gonna like help. But it just sounded, good evening. Weird. I love it so much. I want to play in there.
Roger your plan to go EVA and replace Alpha Echo, a 3-5 unit, prior to failure.
That's it. That's the other poster. But I thought the suit was orange, not red like that. Wow. Yeah, the backpack's orange. Backpack,
Open the pod doors, Hal.
Oh, his is was yellow. Oh, maybe there is orange then. I could have sworn it was orange, but... Just flying meteors? Or meteors. That's probably redundant. Flying meteors. He really takes his time, but I'm okay with it. Like sometimes you watch something and you go, okay, this is lingering, and you know. And the breathing, like it's not quite as scuba, you know, regulator as Darth Vader, but it's just got that impact. I bet this has to be one of the biggest influences on George Lucas for Star Wars. Come on. Like I know people say that they think Dune, you know, because that was around a lot longer. The books and stuff was a huge part of it, and possibly. But this has got to be, even from the just, and the look of the ships. Like there was a shot before where it just looks so Star Warsy. Okay, these two things on the top of that look like eyes, and it just looks like a little cartoon lizard thing that just came out of the ship. Is he not tethered? Like even if he can like self-navigate, there's not like a backup tether? Oh, it's giving me anxiety. And he looks so calm. Yeah. He's just free ranging. He's not tied on. Wild. See the little snake head? Gosh, just hearing that breathing. Just lets it go. The one that they don't want. Just like, see ya. Oh no. Brought it in to fix it.
Well, hell, I'm damned if I can find anything wrong with it.
Yes, it's puzzling. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before. I would recommend that we put the unit back in operation and let it fail. It should then be a simple matter to track down the cause. We can certainly afford to be out of communication for the short time it will take to replace it.
Is that a trap? Why do I not trust the machine? We can be without communication?
Onboard 9000 computer is in error predicting the fault. I say again, in error predicting the fault.
And it said that they never, ever have errors.
We are skeptical ourselves, and we are running cross-checking routines to determine reliability of this conclusion. We'll get this info to you just as soon as we work it out.
I don't know, Mom.
I hope the two of you are not concerned about this.
Then that voice comes in.
How would you account for this discrepancy between you and the Twin 9000?
It can only be attributable to human error. This sort of thing has cropped up before, and it has always been due to human error.
Saying that he didn't test it right when they brought it back in, and that the computer cannot be wrong, ever.
There's never been any instance at all of a computer error occurring in the 9000 series, has there?
No.
The 9000 series has a perfect operational record.
Until...
Are you certain there's never been any case of even the most insignificant computer error?
None whatsoever, Frank. Quite honestly, I wouldn't worry myself about that.
Now it's getting passive-aggressive.
I'm having a bit of trouble with my transmitter and seed pod. I wonder if you'd come down and take a look at it with me.
But is Hal the all-seeing, all-knowing? Like, can he hear and see them no matter where they are on the ship? Like, are they about to get away to, like, you know, Chufmiad, like, about, like, to talk about him thinking that he can't?
Rotate teapot, please, Hal.
And the suit and the poster must be red, because over there there's red, yellow, and blue. There's no orange. I shall recheck.
Open the door, Hal.
Oh no, they know he's there because they said open the door, Hal. I thought they were trying to like get away to like have a moment to discuss stuff, not like a romantic moment. Getting away to have a moment.
Rotate pod, please, Hal. Stop pod rotation, please, Hal. Rotate the pod, please, Hal. Rotate the pod, please, Hal. I don't think he can hear us.
Rotate the pod, please, Hal. Yeah, sure, okay.
They are! That's what it felt like when he's...
I'm not sure. What do you think?
I've got a bad feeling about him.
I've got a bad feeling about him. It's kind of like I got a bad feeling about this.
I don't know. I think so. It was his idea to carry out the failure mode analysis, wasn't it? Should certainly indicate his integrity and self-confidence. If he were wrong, it'd be the surest way of proving it.
It would be if he knew he was wrong. Look, Dave, I can't put my finger on it, but I sense something strange about him.
Oh.
Still, I can't think of a good reason not to put back the number 1 unit and carry on with the failure mode analysis.
No, I agree about that.
But they sense it too.
Let's say we put the unit back and it doesn't fail, huh? That would pretty well wrap it up as far as Hal was concerned, wouldn't it?
Well, we'd be in very serious trouble.
We would, wouldn't we?
Mm-hmm. Well, we wouldn't have too many alternatives.
I don't think we'd have any alternatives. There isn't a single aspect of ship operations that's not under his control. If he were proven to be malfunctioning, I wouldn't see how we'd have any choice but disconnection.
Plus, he's also, like, arrogant and, like, weird.
I'm afraid I agree with you.
How?
There'd be nothing else to do.
I don't trust it.
It's a bit tricky.
Yeah.
We'd have to cut his higher brain functions without disturbing the purely automatic and regulatory systems. But we'd have to work out the transfer procedures of continuing the mission under ground-based computer control. As far as I know, no 9,000 computers have been disconnected. Well, I'm not so sure what he'd think about it.
Because he's got his own personality. I thought this was gonna be... Oh! He is not lip reading from the camera because he can see it. He's terrifying. Okay, so I thought that after this started and was going for a bit, I thought, and because of the monoliths, and I thought it was going to be about aliens or like them at least communicating. I don't know. I didn't think it was going to be about their own computer and like something happening with them. And I still don't know. So is it about getting to Jupiter and finding another monolith and dealing with another life form? Or is it about science and technology and AI, and Hal is gonna be the problem, not the extraterrestrials. Extraterrestrials. Got so excited I can't even talk. What if this is like a half an hour break because it was made to like have a real intermission at the theater? I just have to sit here for half an hour. Wow, at the halfway mark, I love this movie. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know, like I said, if it's like another sort of villainous thing is gonna happen in terms of like an alien or another like conflict, or if it's just like them against Hal and getting home safe, or I don't know. But the music, the cinematography, the styling and art direction, the performances, the pacing, even, it works for this. It's like a real, it is a masterpiece. It's like a real work of art. And I said that in the opening, but I get it. Unless something happens to really make me lose interest or my love for it that I have at this point, unless it takes a really weird, disappointing turn, which I don't really foresee. I get the universal masterpiece, you know, loving of it by everybody. That zooming in on their mouths just before the intermission, like implying that Hal was still aware of what they were saying. It's another little lizard head. I'm sorry. It's very serious. But do you know what I mean? Please, somebody. You know what I mean? It's like a little cartoon lizard because of the eyes. Like a little... Come on. I can't be the only one that sees that. It's not meant to. This part rocks my world. The no tether. The I guess they're not concerned. Hang on. I'm not meant to have any time for that, right? Like he's gone. This is... Hang on, but the pod too. And it was Hal. I mean, it was the light. But what exactly happened? I feel like it jumped in a way where like we didn't actually see what happened.
Made radio contact with him yet?
The radio is still dead.
You know what happened?
I'm sorry, Dave. I don't have enough information.
Open the pod door, Hal.
How come he's so calm, though? Does he think that it's going to be easy to get him back? He doesn't seem panicked at all. And it was really, like, tumultuous, and the pod went spinning and playing as well. The quiet, the dead airspace is weird. It works, it's effective, but it also just creeps me out. Does Dave think he can get him easily? I would be freaking out. I want to see his face. He's not even like moving his legs or anything. But it did happen fast, right? It wasn't just me. Did I blink? Did I look at my coffee? It just went from him almost there, being the little lizard in space, and then it flashed in on Hal's camera lens, right? The red light. And then the tumbling of him and the pod just out of control and fast, too. Ooh, I don't think he's coming back. Has he passed out? Is that why he's just like... Oh, he's coming. Is he that close? But if he left in that pod to get him, I just feel like Hal could turn off all of it, not let them back in, not like he knows they're kind of onto him. So I don't think he's gonna just welcome them back with like open arms or open doors, right? He's so close, he's gonna get him. I thought he was gone. This guy, Dave, did not break a sweat. Like, he just stayed so focused and didn't panic and just went after him. just don't know if he's okay. He hasn't even straightened that leg, you know? There's been, maybe he's passed out, maybe there's not oxygen, maybe he's snapping, whatever. Stressful. Yeah, he's not conscious. You could tell from how limp he was. Otherwise he would grab onto this. Lucky the claw is getting him like a giant skill tester. Yeah, there's no one awake in the ship. I was saying I don't know if he'll let him back in, but he will, I'm sure. Otherwise it would be over. Or maybe he's not even fully villainous yet. Oh my god, Hal's gonna kill the 3 hibernating ones. Oh! Computer malfunction. I thought you simply did not ever malfunction. They're gonna die. All 3 of them. Oh my god, it's like turning into a horror film. Ah! That's it. Oh. This is dark and unexpected. Like I had no idea. This is cool. But I told you his voice was creepy from the beginning. Is he gonna let them in?
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal.
Hello, Hal, do you read me? Do you read me, Hal?
Do you read me, Hal?
Hello, Hal, do you read me?
Hello, Hal, do you read me?
He reads you.
Do you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
Great lighting just on his eyes.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Oh my gosh.
Where the hell did you get that idea, Hal?
Although you took very thorough precautions in the pod, I could see your lips move.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Hal. I'll go in through the emergency airlock.
Without your space helmet, Dave, you're going to find that rather difficult.
Hal, I won't argue with you anymore. Open the doors.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
Ah!
Hal? Hal?
Oh my gosh.
Hal!
This is so eerily terrifying. I'd have a panic attack right there on the spot. I think I stopped breathing for a minute. I was just like, I feel like he's gonna do the emergency exit with no helmet. If you're gonna let him go, take his helmet. Bring him. Oh, I can't bring him in, I guess. You can't open it up. But you just let him go. He had a helmet. Could he not go in the exit with the pod hanging on to the other guy, with Frank? Oh, that's just him just getting smaller and smaller away in the distance. I feel like nowadays, or maybe now it's changing and people are doing dark, weird endings, but there was a period for a long time, like 80s, 90s, 2000s, where you had to have the happy Hollywood ending and there be a hero or, somebody survive and, good wins and defeats evil. But I have this feeling like this is the 60s and it's Stanley Kubrick and he's sort of like, I'll do what I want. I feel like Dave might not make it either. Like I feel like it might leave this empty. Yeah, I think that maybe Hal wins, and it's already set in this like void. Maybe it leaves you with your own like void of hope. Unless there's a way where he overcomes this and like overpowers the machine. But I don't know. My gut is just that he's also going to die. I don't know. Because that doesn't fit in there. He's meant to just like exit the pod and get in that door. Is there an attachment? Is there a way of like suctioning onto it? This guy's amazing though. You got this, Dave. That like stoic strength. He's just, I got nothing to lose. But then once he gets back in there, he doesn't know that the other three, Kavinsky and... He doesn't know they're all dead. I'm nervous. Is he okay? He did it. He doesn't know the guys are dead. I'm scared of that little flashing Hal red light. It's so weird that it's not an entity.
Just what do you think you're doing, Dave? I really think I'm entitled to an answer to that question.
Oh, man.
I know everything hasn't been quite right with me, but I can assure you now it's going to be all right again. I feel much better now.
Ew!
I really do.
Maybe he is gonna win and turn it off and disconnect it all.
I can see you're really upset about this. I honestly think you ought to sit down calmly. Take a stress pill and think things over.
Take a stress pill and think things over. This thing has become so human and incredibly passive-aggressive.
But I can give you my complete assurance that my work will be back to normal. I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission, and I want to help you.
But what caused Hal to just become this?
Dave, stop.
Unplug him, Dave. Unplug him.
Stop, Dave. Will you stop, Dave?
This is a very tiny little screwdriver for a whole room of...
Stop, Dave.
Tech.
I'm afraid.
Oh, I was wrong. He's gonna do it. He's gonna survive.
Dave, my mind is going. I can feel it.
It's so creepy!
I can feel it.
Just all of them? But is that entire room those little
My
discs?
mind is going.
He's on one row. There's hundreds, thousands in there. If every one of those white lights is a little cassette like that.
I can feel it.
But if he overrides it and ruins the computer, he might not have any means of communication with Earth.
I can feel it.
And he just might be stuck in space for eternity. No Hal, no crewmates, and no contact with base.
Great. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I am a HAL 9000 computer. My instructor was Mr. Langley, and he taught me to sing a song. If you'd like to hear it, I can sing it for you.
No, thank you.
Yes. I'd like to hear it, Hal. Take it for me.
Buy some time.
It's called Daisy.
He's gonna do it! I thought he was gonna die! And the machine was gonna win?
Give me your answer to I'm all for the love of you.
But I still think he might end up alone. This looks incredible. Oh, the tension and the suspense and everything's taking so long, but it's like worth it.
Good day, gentlemen.
That wasn't
This is a pre-recorded briefing. Now that you are in Jupiter's space and the entire crew is revived.
Good luck.
18 months ago, first evidence of intelligent life off the Earth was discovered.
Oh, they're saying that was the first bit of evidence, so they never found the old
Except
one.
for a single, very powerful radio emission aimed at Jupiter, the 4-million-year-old black monolith has remained completely inert. Its origin and purpose still a total mystery.
But because it was sending that radio wave to Jupiter, they're assuming that that's, you know, its home or whoever put it on there. So they were sending these 5 guys to Jupiter to just be like, go check it out. We have no idea what is there. But something is, because they put the monolith on the moon. That's one there. Jupiter is all gas, isn't it? There it is. Well, there's one of them. Is this whoever putting another one on another planet? Are we not going to get to go back and see what happens to Dave? I feel very anxious. I went from going, this is such a relaxing movie. It's gonna wedge it in, another one. Oh, that's them. He's coming out? He's in a pod? But then who's like, did he reset Hal to the point where he could still communicate with him and be like, open the door? Or is he just like completely on his own? It's cool how that thing disappears though. What is that? At first I thought it was like other planets and stuff, but it's like numbers and screens and data and like, what is this? crazy in space? It's a lot prettier than hyperspeed. Ugh. Those freeze frames of his face in the helmet. Okay, that one looks like a squid. I don't think that he got in the pod. Like, like a fetus in a weird. This is all getting now we're getting all psychedelic. I don't want to try and be too logical, but I feel like those pods are like not for speed. They're like the slow, So it's not shooting through space at that kind of speed. I feel like he's just lost his mind and we're just understanding like the endlessness of what's out there and what we do not know. I mean, here we go. Give me something. Or is this Jupiter? When he got there and they've sucked him in, and this is all Jupiter stuff. But no, because he traveled so. This isn't happening, right? But that's somewhere. It's the Grand Canyon. Everybody's seeing it in these colors, right? It's not just my TV. These are the landscapes of the opening, like that desert rock. Oh, that was weird because it looked like land and then it rolled like waves. But topography wise, this looks like, Earth and the star. Like I said, when the apes were there for the opening sequence, this is what that looked like, minus the infrared, like the weird color scheme. Yeah, there's water, there's mountains. I want an answer. Don't leave me like this. Okay. Oof, that bloodshot. Help me! I have also been in this room. I'll tell you after. I'm sure of it. But I don't understand what's happening. Are we just in his mind? Are we on like a mind bender ending? this isn't real, but I want to know what is and where he is. What is going on? I loved it so much, and now I'm so confused. Is it gonna be the guy from before? It's someone from before because it's someone aged. Is it him? Or is it Frank? Or is it Dr. Howard? Whatever. No, it's him. It's him. It's Dave. He's gonna see himself in the spacesuit. He can hear it now. Oh no, no. E.T., little E.T., like. Hang on. I'm not gonna get it wrapped up with a bow, am I? Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start. Okay. First of all, that was incredible. I get it. I love it. I loved 90% of it. And then it got so weird, and I don't like feeling like I didn't understand. So to me, like, I guess the way that I see it is, but first of all, it was just awesome. I mean, I think it was like 3 hours long, right? And it didn't feel like it in those moments. To be able to have these like dragged out shots and moments and you not think, come on, is a testament to the filmmaking, because it was just so captivating. And the cinematography, the music, the colors, the art direction, like I've said a bunch of times throughout it, was just amazing. But yeah, I guess at first I thought it was about, evolution and technology and sort of getting ahead of ourselves. So like there were other life forms that were there first, and sort of being like, okay, when you get to this point, like we were sort of catching up, but then did we overtake it? Like, I don't understand the ending, and I didn't think that he survived, because it jumped then. Like, he was in there with Hal. He reprogrammed Hal, and then they were meant to be going to Jupiter. So I don't really understand, and I hate to admit that. I like to think I know everything. But yeah, that final sequence was bizarre, beautiful. And the reason I've been in that room, but I didn't know what it was, there was an art exhibition in LA. It was called the 14th Factory. You can look it up, I'm sure. And it was a bunch of different installation works. And one of them was that entire room made up. And you could go in there and the floor was white, glowing panels, all of that green furniture. And I remember now in retrospect that it was a Space Odyssey thing, but I had no idea the context. So I forgot about it until I saw it, and I was like, I have literally been in that room, like a recreation of it. And it was very creepy and beautiful. And it was very creepy and beautiful just now. But wow. That was very, very cool. I do still feel like I want to make it my go to sleep movie because the first 80% is super relaxing. I want to watch it again and sort of wrap my head around the ending. Please let me know, like, when you guys first watched this, how you felt about the ending. Like, do you think that he survived at all and went on to be this old man, or that's all in his head? To me, that's all in his mind. However, the only disconnect on that is that in his visions or like his hallucinations or whatever, in his like psychosis, if it was that, he saw the monolith. And that astronaut, Dave, he never saw it. So for it to be exactly what they looked like without him having known that is a very weird coincidence. So maybe somehow the Jupiter people, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. But I absolutely adored that experience. I'm so excited that I have now seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. I'm so proud that it's going to be my first film here on my new channel. And I'm really, really grateful and honored for anybody here that was watching that along with me. And I look forward to seeing you next time for the next one. So my name's Coby, and thanks for watching here on The Coby Show.